All right, everybody is here. Welcome today to, let me shut off my music. Okay, a little bit of jazz. Welcome everybody. My name is Gabriel and I am an EFT master practitioner. And this is my Facebook community. Stress relief for teachers, for everybody really. And what I do is I help people, every day with EFT tapping, emotional freedom tapping. And today we're using EFT tapping for money. Money seems to be one of the biggest stresses, especially now with the zombie pandemic. People are really stressing about money. Things are really changing globally in our local communities. So emotional freedom techniques for financial success is what I'm going to talk about today. Now, having a positive money mindset will allow you to attract more and more money. Now, let's get something straight right away. Okay, this is not a get-rich-quick anything. Today, I'm focusing on tapping for money. And all tapping algorithms require a state of mind which are designed to help you create a powerful, unstoppable mindset and set you up for success. So there is no instant gratification here. The laws of attraction require a person, to align their brains and their heart as one single powerful entity that vibes on a universal frequency to manifest abundance. Now, that feeling is a superpower that lives inside of your body. So what you choose to experience in our lives, we must first feel in our hearts as if it has already happened. So two important keys here. One is feeling is a prayer. It is the prayer. All right, be surrounded by your answer to that prayer to feel as if it already happened. And number two is we must feel as if our prayers have been answered. In other words, no judgments here. If you put all that criticism, all that judgment aside, okay, then you're going to actually start to feel that your prayers are being answered. So when you make two, your thought and emotion one, that is when you have the power to manifest your desires. And the very first thing that anyone has to do is exactly what your body, your mind, refuses to do on a daily basis. So get your head in the game of life. The same way you believed in Santa Claus as a child and felt disappointed when you had to let it go because somebody broke that news to you, do the same thing as an adult and let go of the limited beliefs. Clearing your limited beliefs is that important as you take the next steps. This will make attracting money much easier. So let's eliminate your limited beliefs and get you feeling awesome. So step number one, dealing with specific limited beliefs about money and the people with money, right? Truly think about what your beliefs are about money and write it down. Write down any belief that doesn't support you when it comes to having a lot of money. And please ask me for your money mindset PDF. It's a PDF that I provide freely in my private group. Now, focus on what triggers your limited beliefs. And then rate that. Okay, this will be your first rating of how you feel about that, your limited belief, on a scale of -10 to 0, and then write it down. Now, -10 is really bad. 0 is a smile. And a +10, all the way to the opposite side of the spectrum, that's just superpowers. And this is called the SU scale, Subjective Units of Experience Scale. And once you have this rating of how you feel about your limited beliefs on money, and we can go to step number 2. Now, step number 2 takes about 3 minutes. And all you have to do is meditate with the HAB, the heart activation breathing exercise. And that's an audio that I have available for you as well. In my private group, you can ask me for it. I'll drop it for you on Messenger. You know, it is a heart activation meditation audio. And once you do this meditation and you get your heart in the right place, we move on to step number 3. And step number 3 is you want to use each of the following statements to begin tapping. And we start off with your karate chop point, which is right here. It's between the knuckle and the wrist. It's right in between right here. Okay? And you want to tap 30 times as you repeat these 3 affirmations. Even though I don't have money, I completely respect and accept myself. Even though there is never enough money, I deeply believe and accept myself. Even though I have to work hard for my money, I completely release all false beliefs and empower myself. And then you stop. You take a deep breath. Pause it, and then release it. Just release it naturally. And now we can move on to step number 4. Now, step number 4, you're going to use your fingers again to tap. And you want to speak these words as you tap. And you want to start off in your side of hand, the karate chop point. And you're going to tap 5 to 7 times, or as many times until you complete your affirmation. I release any beliefs that stop me from attracting money. Top of the head. I release all money blocks. Corner of the eyebrow. I accept the abundance of money in my life. Oops, corner of the eyebrow, sorry. Corner of the eye. I accept the abundance of money in my life. Under the eye. I accept the abundance of money in my life. Top of the lip. I release all money blocks. Lower lip, right here. I accept the abundance of money in my life. Your collarbone, which is right in the middle. Slide over about an inch, inch and a half. I release all money blocks. And then you go under the arm, about a hand's width down. Ladies, that would be where your bra strap is. Okay, and you tap right there. I accept the abundance of money in my life. And then again, you go down to your side of hand. I release all money blocks. And then you pause. Take a deep breath. Pause and exhale with your hand over your heart. And now you're going to do a second rating now. You're going to rate the degree of your limited beliefs that you feel on a scale of -10 to 0. And you're going to write it down. This is your second rating. And now you're going to start gauging how different you feel once you start to release all those energy blocks. Okay, where a -10 is really bad, 0 is a smile, and +10 is just superpowers. I mean, there are just 0 negative beliefs or limited beliefs when it comes to money at this point. So, after you're done with your rating, you want to test it. You want to test how you believe. What is your belief system now? If you're still struggling with limited beliefs, I highly suggest repeating this EFT round many times. Okay, spend at least 15 minutes twice a day with this algorithm before moving on to the next step. Write all your beliefs down. Write them down that do not support you, or, you know, the ones that you tap. And then after each round, stop briefly and notice any new thoughts that come up. Sometimes this will be a specific memory that triggered a limiting belief. Just keep working on them until you feel they are all cleared. And once they're all cleared, now you can really move on to the next step, which is step number 5. And now you've cleared those limited beliefs. They do not exist. So we're going to start tapping now with some positive new messages that are empowering. And this is going to be tapping your meridian points, your EFT energy points that we've done, stating a positive money affirmation. And now we go on to step number 6 to do that. So we start with your karate chop point, your side of the hand. And again, we're going to tap each one 7 times as you state your positive affirmation. I am open to the flow of great abundance. Money is good for me. I easily attract money. I always have money to save and spend. I enjoy the money I have. I am a money magnet. There's more than enough money. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I exude passion, purpose, and prosperity. Today I expand my awareness of the abundance all around me. And then you pause. Take a deep breath. And you let it out. And now you're going to rate yourself for a 3rd time. You're going to realize that your limited beliefs, okay, that you had felt on a scale of -10 to 0, and you're going to write that down, where -10 is really bad. 0 is a smile. You're just doing great right now. And a +10, you're out there. You're extremely positive about money issues, about attracting money, about actually earning based on your talents. You are in that superpower zone. And then we're going to cap it off with step 7. And this is the 9-point Gamut series. This is the one that's going to lock it down completely for you at a mental and a physical level. All right? These are 9 steps with your left hand. I always suggest the left hand, but if you want to go right, you can, because you've got a Gamut point right here as well. But I like going left because I am right-handed. And you start off with your eyes open as you start tapping that Gamut point. It's right there between the knuckle and the wrist, right over here, and you'll feel that sore spot. And then you close your eyes, then you open your eyes. And then you're going to look down hard left without moving your head. And then you're going to center your eyes again and look down hard right. Center your eyes again. And then you're going to roll your eyes clockwise. Center. Roll your eyes counterclockwise. Center. And now you're going to hum Happy Birthday a few bars for about 5 to 7 seconds. Now you're going to count from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're going to count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to hum again. And stop. You're going to take another deep breath. Unforced. You're going to pause. And you're going to let it out. Now, if your SU score went down to anything from a -2, -1 to a 0, you're going to finish off with a floor to eye roll. You're going to look straight down, and you're going to roll your eyes up all the way up to the ceiling, and stop. And that just locks it in. So, no matter what the dilemma is in your life, okay, whether it's illness, grief, pain, financial distress, excess weight, bad relationships, or if you just, want to be more effective in starting and implementing your goals, tapping can really help. The reason tapping works is because you are shifting and releasing energy patterns that no longer serve you. And then you want to sit. You want to listen. And notice when you complete the tapping session. because what's going to happen is answers or resolutions will often begin to arise spontaneously from deep within you. And this happens within a couple of minutes. Notice how you no longer feel. How you don't feel stuck or powerless, because tapping gets you out of your intellect and gets you into your heart and your own wisdom. If you decide to use tapping to clear up your issues around money, remember that financial freedom begins with your beliefs about money, but also your beliefs about your own worthiness. I have been there. Information on this page, on this post, okay, is taken from materials that I learned from the Priority Academy, my mentor Graham Nichols, and my personal experiences. So I have permission, all right, for the use of these materials for clients. Stress relief for teachers is my emotional freedom technique, practitioner community on Facebook. Please share this information with anyone wanting emotional freedom on a daily basis for stresses or limited beliefs. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to your comments and questions. You guys have a great day.